out of Wascom. Inside of 2, the 215, that'll be T.J. Evans from Kilgore. The 8-time Cajun Classic winner, Justin Whitehead in 36J. 77, that'll be Colton Furr out of Gladewater, Texas. The lights are out, and we're underway and on demand on RaceOnTexas.com. The first green flag of the 2020 season at Boot Hill, a part of the Advanced Powder Coating Weekly Racing Series, is underway as they hustle off and thunder into 1 and 2. Already trying to go 3 wide, thought better of it as the 36J of the 8-time Cajun Classic winner, Justin Whitehead. Brian Cook out of Florine of the Brian Cook Trucks, K. Dillard Racing Shocks number 100. Took a peek down to the inside of the 77 of Fur. Right now, 20 of Neil Kemp leads lap 1 here at the Hill tonight. Neil Kemp, Steel Neil, rolls his way as they're fighting tooth and nail. 1 by 2 by 3 wide, 4 wide, nearly off the exit of 2. Oh boy, the 100 down to the rumbling and stumblies of the 100 of Brian Cook as they go at it hot and heavy. Evans, Whitehead, off of turn number 4. Heating up early here at Boot Hill as they roll their way down the front boulevard back into turn number 1. It's all Neil Kemp all the time. First couple of laps will be owned by Neil, and here comes Cook. Wow! Threw him into his hip pocket, tries to throw and pick the pocket of 36J. He will. Hello and goodbye. Brian Cook will roll his way into third now, disposing of 36J of Justin Whitehead as they roll and go door to door for second now. Here comes the 100 of Cook. 9 times the winner a season ago, and he has got some stick, and he has got some K. Dillard dig right off the exit of 2 and sets his sights down the back straight for the race lead in the turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Brian Cook for the race lead. T.J. Evans not giving up a fight, though, on the outside, but he'll have to surrender. He'll surrender to the Brian Cook Trucks Outlaw chassis number 100, and Cook has got some dig, and he'll go to the race lead. Hello, and goodbye. Oh, boy. Brian Cook has all the dig and all the stick he'll need tonight, and disposed of the opening night winner in 2019 of Boot Hill out of Kirby, Arkansas, Neil Kemp. Boy, he got disposed of quicker than a Hillary email, rolling back off into turns 1 and 2. Holy smokes. Brian Cook is a man on a mission. And he has thrown the entire field into his hip pocket at this juncture. And he'll look to hold on. That car is absolutely rolling. Find any idiom, any phrase to go along with it. He has just set on Bad Fast KLL tonight. And he said, we'll holler at you boys from the pole position for the main event later on tonight. And if the track happens to change, and we'll see what happens. But if it doesn't, Cook may be out to lunch for everyone. He's already taken their lunch money, and nobody else is, or everyone else is wondering what more they want from him. As Alpha 2, 28 Kemp has still his hands full with the 215 of the Kilgore Texan. 2 years ago, the champion at the Winona Oval at Rose Bowl, as well as at Lone Star. Won both factory stock track titles in 2018 at those respective speed plants in East Texas. Drove all last year for the Cody Main Motorsports entry in the number 7 car, and scored a big win at Arklatex, won his first ever there, and had some pretty valiant efforts for the Cody Main Motorsports team this year. Kelly Lockie and Bubba Jones behind the wheel of those 2 cars for Maine this year. Evans back in his own family car, family-owned ride, and looking pretty good from jump as the former Opel modified ace trying to dethrone the 20 at Kemp, as Brian Cook is just setting absolute sail and a tail spanking over the competition as he'll roll to the checkered flag and nearly puts a straightaway on it. Brian Cook dominates it. An absolute dominant performance for Brian Cook. To the line for second, they'll drag race to it, and it'll be Neil Kemp in 20. Oh, boy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you call an old... that's what you call an old bend over the knee tail spanking right there, folks. Brian Cook starts outside of row number 50. In the 1 inside of row number 4 out of Gladewater, Texas. That'll be Cameron Furr. Cameron Furr in the 1. Josh Daugherty, the reigning track champion in 2019. And the 4 of Devin Richards. The lights are out. We're underway off of 4. Already going to go 3 wide as they hustle into 1. Another stellar, star-studded affair for the factory stocks tonight here at Boot Hill. We'll see who the comers and shakers are early as Myers tries to get a run like his teammate did on the opening lap of the 81 of Ingles. Ingles trying to put the G25 of Lindsay in his hip pocket. Can't quite get the job done yet. Big Sexy fights back tooth and nail to the outside, continues to hold third. Over his cousin in the 1, a Tony Lindsay. The pair of Lindsays right now as it's Glenn receiving hell. And of course, Sean Graham ahead of that deal with Eric Scott, Superior Graphics, doing a fine job. You've got Creative, Supreme Final Graphics, Garrett Gregory. There's a lot of great cars. Tyler Stevens, a lot of great vinyl and wrap companies around the Arklatex putting out great looking cars. As the lights are out, we're underway in factory stock heat number 2. We'll roll into 1 and go 3 wide for second on the restart. Tony Lindsay, a pair of Lindsays trying to shuck back the number 81 of Ingles. Down the back straightaway into number 3, Ricky Ingles. Second place finisher to the 10,000 win 2 years ago. Oh, and a little bit of slight kiss of contact. Around goes Big Sexy. Spun around like a top. Will stay on the throttle and keep this one green and underway as they hustle off into one. It's all Martin all the time off of turn number 2. Setting sights down the back straightaway. Joshua Martin has the field in his hip pocket at this juncture of the battle for second, though. Tony Lindsay not giving up a great fight. It's Tony the Great. Tony Lindsay fighting off of 4. Given Hill under the 55 of Myers, who snuck at his teammate Ingles. Ingles back to 4th now. In 5th, it's Cameron Furr at Gladewater. Furr into this year strong up at Arklatex with a great run and ended up with a couple of strong runs here in Greenwood. And Myers will go to 2nd. Hello and goodbye. Cody Myers will go to 2nd now. Rolling their way back into turn 1. It's going to be the 88M of Joshua Martin, who is set on KLL in this one. As Brian Cook could have done no wrong in the opening heat of the night and set up and set sail and set shop on the competition and checked out on him. Heat number 2 looking good for the 88M of Joshua Martin. Josh Martin, top 8 qualifier here a couple of years ago in the big 10,000 win. And set top 8 in the factory stock 50 as well, the first one that was held at Arklatex. So tough break for the 2019 of the reigning track champion of the Classic Auto Repair 34 Junior of Josh Daughtery. His night is DONE early in this one. Daughtery done. Stick a fork in him. He'll be done for with a few laps remaining in heat race number 2 presented by Granger Equipment for the factory stocks, a part of the Advanced Powder Coating Weekly Racing Series at Boothill in 2020. On a rope like a rail around the racetrack right now, a lot like heat race number 1. 88M of Joshua Martin is checked up and checked out on his competition. He said, "I'll see you from the outside pole," barring a redraw in the main event tonight, but the Colfax Louisiana racer is set on a rope. 55M of Myers started outside of row number 4 from 8th to 2nd. His teammate Ingles has followed him to the front, sits 3rd. And from worst to 4th, the 4 of Devin Richards out of Bastrop, Louisiana, has a strong running outlaw race car sponsored by Curb Records and Dylan Scott. Off of 4, the white flag is out. Tony Lindsay headed to the Heartbreak Hotel. Final trip in the turns 3 and 4 for your race leader. He was your leader, and he's now your winner. Domination for Joshua Martin in 88M. Martin will dominate it. The battle for 2nd, there's not one. 55M of Myers wins it. The battle for 3rd is a close one. Ingles holds on and holds back the advances of the 4 of Devin Richards. It's Williams again. Inside of 2. Little John Tuggle behind the wheel of the 8 car. Little John back in the saddle at Boot Hill. Jeremy Laxton driving car number 9X tonight. Clint Burns, piloting car number 10, the 9J car is Jeremy Laxton. Matthew Whitehead, pilots car number 14, Randy Cox, back in the saddle in car number 45R, the 19-year-old out of Blanchard, Louisiana. New proud father, did not race much a season ago. So Cox, back in the saddle at a place that he loves to race. This one a little bit tighter and a little bit closer. The top 3 pin the tail on the donkey. Nose the tail right now off of 2 down the back straightaway. Dang, I left my drink outside. To the inside for the race lead early. 1 lap being scored. It'll go to the 6 at A-Dub. Alex Williams. Williams will hold back the advances of 28 of Lance Moore out of Hallsville. Little John Tuggle. Been racing in this class since 2006. He'll head down the back straight with his sights set on the top 2 for the race lead. Clint Burns running a respectable 4th. How many cars transfer? 4. And the top 4 do transfer tonight to the main event directly. The rest will have to come out of a B main. If you don't come out of the B, we'll throw it on the trailer, and we'll have to see you later on another Saturday night in 2020. The Advanced Powder Coating Weekly Racing Series presented by Granger Equipment for the factory stocks. Granger Equipment strives to provide quality machines at a competitive price. They not only inventory equipment, but also stock a large inventory of parts and supplies to keep their customers' forestry and construction jobs running smoothly and efficiently as we have problems. So the fighting heat race action, the guys who wins this race will start up front of the big show tonight, and they'll line up accordingly. The top 4 will go to the big race. We'll explain it more later. The lights are out. They're 3 wide on the restart for 3rd, and we got 2 tangled together to the bottom of turns 1 and 2, and we'll get a caution. As we've seen the first few races, the winner of the previous few races will start near the start on the front of the main event tonight. One by one, hustling into 1 and 2. Burns forces his issue and takes out the 8 of Little John Tuggle. Tuggle, an innocent bystander, just got caught right there in the left rear. And around she goes. We'll get this one back underway, and hopefully we'll throw the checkered in this run as we're back underway off of 4. The 4th restart of heat race number 3. A-Dub, Alex Williams leads the 28 of Lance Moore. Laxton sits 3rd. Off of 2 down the back straightaway. 2 to go signal this time. 6 down, 2 to go. I'm sorry, only halfway. Oh, boy. We're on 10 laps. White flag out for the 6 car of Alex Williams. Fourth inside of row number 3, Andrew Rossum. 3 times a heat race winner at this speedway a year ago and a feature winner the first time of his career at 67 as well. Outside, it'll be the 32 of Brandon Brown, the factory stock 50 winner at Arklatex. $4,000 richer after that event last June as Brown, the former 67 Speedway Texarkana track champion, starts in this one as the caution will come out immediately. They don't like the start. .com most improved driver and breakout driver a season ago. Keep your eyes on the 27 of Greenwood, who grew up 5 minutes from this racetrack, heard cars from his driveways as a young man, and dreamed of racing here. And back in black, the 38 is mighty Mike Wells from Texarkana, the 2-time 67 track champion, starting 8th of this 8-car affair. We're underway off of 4. Will hustle and roll their way into 1. Graham did not get the start that he was looking for in this one. And Brandon Brown. So, bro, turned to the front straightaway wall. Peyton Daughtery bites the concrete. Rode it on the front straightaway like Shaun White on a snowboard, and everybody does a great job to avoid a disaster, but not before the misfortune for 34 and the short end of the stick going to the 1T of Richard Tubbs. He'll be the bad dog with no biscuit in this one, facing the wrong direction. As ready to get back on the throttle and get this one back underway here in heat race number 4, presented by Granger Equipment, a part of the Advanced Product Coating Racing Series. 4th and final factory stock heat race of the night. Brandon Brown takes him to the green flag. Hustling off into turns 1 and 2. Graham drove it off in deep. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3, David Vosberry in the 4th and final transfer spot right now in the 00 car. He's drove it really deep down to the inside of the 38 of Mike Wells from worst to 3rd. At the flag stand by half a cast whisker to the 00 of David Vosberry as Vosberry puts pressure on Triple X as Triple X trying to reel in 32 of Brown to him. 6th to 1st early in this one for Brandon Brown. Brandon Brown rolling with the race lead here at Boothill. They're 3 wide off of turn number 4 for 2nd. Off of 4, David Vosberry up to the task tonight. The former beginner cruiser racer has grown by leaps and bounds, and he has shown what he's made of tonight. Born and bred a racer. Down the back straightaway, David Vosbury, the 16-year-old, hustling to the inside of the veteran, Sean Grant, for second. Can't get the job done just yet, but looking to sidestep him and pick his pocket. Down the boulevard, he'll relegate the 38 of Mike Wills back to fourth. They continue to hustle around the quarter-mile speed plan here at the legendary Boothill Speedway in its 48th season of action. Down the back straightaway, heat number 4 of the night, the fourth and final of the factory stocks. 34 of them are checked in to do battle tonight. And only the top 4 will go to the main event and go to the big dance. The rest will have to come out of a B main as we're working down to it. 5 in and 5 laps to go with this 10-lap affair. Brown minding his business out front by his lonesome in this one. Looking to cruise to victory in this one. The Granger Equipment Factory Stocks never disappoint, living up to the billing again on a Saturday night special here to close out the month of February on a brisk night here in Greenwood, Louisiana. On demand on raceontexas.com. Hustling into turn number 3. It's all Brandon Brown all the time. Brown, I mentioned, during the pre-race lineups, won his first ever at Arklatex for 4,000 of the factory stock 50. His second crown jewel victory of his career, and he won one here at Boothill last September. As Brown, one of the 3 Outlaw Chassis house cars fabricated out of the Outlaw Chassis shop in Hooks, Texas by Justin Whitehead. He, Neil Kemp, and Whitehead occupy those 3 cockpits for those entries. As 2 to go this time. Peyton Daugherty with more trouble, but he'll stay clean and he'll stay on the green. Final trip this time off of 4 to the white flag. Graham trying to hustle and reel in the 32 of Brown, but he doesn't have enough. Making his way down into 1 and 2, Brown. I don't think he'd tell you that he likes the feeling of his race car through and throughout in this one, but he's had enough to hold on as he'll roll through 3 and 4 for the final time to the checkered flag. Former 67 track champion Brendan Brown, your winner in 32. Triple X rocket as Sean Graham comes home the bridesmaid. 00 of Vosbury holds back 38 of Mike Will. Red Lick, Texas, and the DE Rats Modern Primitive sponsored number 2 Wounded Duck Trucking entry. And rounding out the field will be Austin Storm at 827 out of West Monroe. 7 cars. I believe they're going 10 laps the distance. And heat race number 1 for the limited mods. We're underway off of 4. Hustling into 1 and 2. They're 1 by 2 by 3 wide off the exit of 2. Headed down the back straightaway. Adam Roy fitting the gap, threading the needle. Walking through the threshold. Can't quite get the job done as the 4 right in front of his front nose. Looks to walk and cross down underneath in a textbook veteran move by the deuce of Adam Roy. He says, thank you very much. I like it and I love it and I want some more of it. Adam Roy feeling good about himself. He'll roll into turn number 3 after a back surgery in 2019. And sitting out of the cockpit for the majority of the year. Adam Roy looks to be back in full form. And that Modern Primitives Wounded Duck Trucking number deuce always has a psychedelic, pretty fluorescent race car. As right now he has got the DE Wraps machine rocking. And he's rolling around the top shelf of the Boothill Speedway, looking to throw the 47 into his hip pocket. It's just a matter of time. JoJo trying to hold him back. JoJo throws the block into turns 1 and 2. Goes to the top shelf of the Boothill Speedway in the Rock and Roll Whataburger number 47. Wilhelm holding serve on the outside. The Deuce trying to find a lane. He'll cross from the middle lane down to the bottom shelf. Try to find some stick and find some dig. Can't find it. He'll find it into 1. To the back bumper. Breathing down the neck of the 47. Wilhelm still holds it. Can't get the job done yet. Is the Deuce of Roy. Roy still giving him HE-double-L for it. The battle is for second. As Brown trying to come alive in that Outlaw Chassis Limited Modified number 1. And then All-American Pools entry sponsored by Craig Oaks. Into turns 1 and 2. They're 1 by 2. Door to door. Adam Roy trying to find the niche and find the dig around. JoJo Wilhelm thrown into the hip pocket of the deuce of Adam Roy. He'll take second that time of the line and take his line away up into 1. He'll set his sights now on the race lead. As Ben Leedy out front minding his business. All by his lonesome out front, the Jonesboro, Louisiana native Ben Leedy on a rail tonight. And that Western Flyer chassis formerly owned by the 23 of Cliff Tupper. Down the boulevard, they head off into 1. Leedy rolling right to the center lane of the Boothill Speedway, using it to his advantage. And I believe the deuce of Adam Roy is going to run out of time, barring a setback by Leedy with 2 laps to go. Leedy on a rail tonight in the B99. Pretty never went fast. You don't need a pretty wrap to make your car get to victory lane, and Ben Leedy could perhaps walk to ABC Auto Parts victory lane for the first time in his career tonight. He'll be your front row sitter if he can hold on. As the battle for third is a dandy off of 4. The white flag is out. You got Eddie Underwood, the 1 of Brown, and the 47 all underneath a blanket contesting it. And Brown will slide up in front of the 47. JoJo crosses down underneath. Your winner's going to go to the B99 Ben Lady, who dominates it. The battle for third. It's a hell of a good one. Off of 4. Drag race into the line. The 3 wide, and it's going to go to Brendan Brown in 1. JoJo Wilhelms surrenders, and he takes 4th. Evans driving the 4 junior out of Bullard, Texas. The 19-year-old outside of the front row. Inside of 2, it'll be the K1 of Stephen Guidry from Marksville, Louisiana. The 7 is Nate Gaines. Michael King Jr. in the 14 junior car. And El Dorado, Arkansas, now in his second full season of limited modified action here on opening night of 2020. You can't sleep on the number 15 of Denny Gabar from Frankston, Texas, has won his share here at the Greenwood Oval over the years. And you never can sleep on the 5-time Louisiana State Dirt Track champ. And the IRP Racing Chassis, JT Auto Sales, True Love Law Firm, One Call Staffing, 5-Star Builders, Marshall Liberato, number 69, the Marshall Missile, Derek Grigsby. Grigsby down the back straightaway, trying to dispose of the 15W of Gabar for the 6th spot as they roll through 3 and 4. The herd from second on back to the tail is underneath a blanket. Anybody's race at this juncture. Not allowing the 20 of Tidwell to get too far out front. The K1 of Guidry rifles his way to the inside of the 4 of Evans. Evans will surrender. He'll go back to 3rd. Michael King on a rail. Grigsby with a dive bomb move. Washes up off the exit. Disposes of the 7 of Gaines now. Grigsby gets 69 up to 5th. Grigsby from 7th to 5th, only able to pick up and pick pockets of 2 of them, as Michael King with a heavy, fast racetrack right now, executing the bottom side flawlessly in the PPG paints. Get rid of it. Sponsor number 14 junior, Ingles Racing Performance Chassis number 14 junior. The 18-year-old racer out of El Dorado about to receive pressure from the Marshall Liberato, number 69. King trying to find a dive to the inside. 2 youngsters battling for 3rd and 4th respectively in this one. It's Boone Evans and the 4 junior. Here comes King back to the inside. A close door-to-door battle there. Grigsby licking his chops back in 5th. Marksville's Stephen Guidry in the express race car built by Shane Hebert, minding his business in 2nd. Trying to hunt down your race leader to the 20 of Tidwell, who's still getting better and better every time he sits behind the cockpit of that IRP Racing chassis built by Jason Ingles. Up out of the grooves, the 4 junior of the Bullard, Texas youngster, Boone Evans, opening the door for the 69 of the Marshall Missile, Grigsby. Grigsby finished the 2019 season strong with a Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship victory to his credit, and he'll try it down to the bottom line of the racetrack this time. Grigsby trying to find every lane and every inch of the Boothill Speedway and use it to his advantage. He'll lose a little bit off the exit of 2 by a car length or 2. Guidry with 2 car lengths over the 14 junior of Michael King Jr. Still your leader way out front by his lonesomes, the 20 of Tidwell. Gabar now running back to the back tail tank, or the spoiler, if you will, the 69 of the Marshall Missile. And here comes Gabar. The white flag is out for Tidwell. Timerunning running out of this one. As Grigsby trying not to lose one more here late to go to 6th. He'll look to hold on to 5th. Going to be a tough sled getting to the front of the main event later on, but if anyone could do it, it could be either of these cats. As they'll batter tooth and nail and door-to-door for the final time off of turn number 4. Grigsby will... No, he won't hold it. The 15W Gabar got him. Doug Vick Jr. and Gene Border on the front row of heat race number 1 for the Pro Mods tonight. Kind of a wild start as Gene Border in 8. Going to jump out front with the race lead in this one as they go at it door-to-door down the back straightaway. Vic Jr., one of the all-time winningest drivers in the Pro Mod division. The Border got a little bit of side bite, or lost a side bite there, and loses a goose off of 4. And we'll get a caution here early. Mike Washburn, the 2019 track champion here at Boot Hill, and the McDonald's Pizza Rev, Connie's Hideaway number 27. And the bee's knees of Jason Beasley, Chase Vines in the 55X, and Greg Stevens in the 114 were underway and down the back straightaway off of 2 and into 3. Two of them coming around to the middle of turns 3 and 4 here, and we'll get a caution perhaps. We will. Vine's trying to get going, and he will not. back under the green this time with just a few laps remaining, with all Doug Vick Jr. out front with the lead here. Track champion here in 2018 takes us to the green. What's up, Tim? H inside of 2. The Nightmare, Michael Knighton, driver of the Styles Automotive number 96, starts 4th inside of 3, starting 5th. It'll be the 34X of Richard Cecil. Tim Eves in the Victory Race Wraps number 21. Tim Eves starts 6th. The Morris Sport or Blanchard Louisiana Racer in 43J, that's BJ Cook. And 7 cars, 10 laps. Here we go. To drink and something hot to eat tonight from the Boothill Speedway Hilltop Grill concession stand. They are open for business and ready to serve you. The 96 of Michael Knighton takes us to the green flag, and we're back underway in Pro Mod Heat number 2. Out of West Monroe, Louisiana. Outside it'll be Dakota Tutt, driving the number 84. Inside of 3 to Matt Tigwell in 77. Austin DuPont in 50-70. Carl Lindsay in the 27. We're underway off of 4. The pair of Northeast Louisiana racers going at it door to door for the race leader. 2x2x1. Back to 5th off of 4. Flying Zero Cook will lead lap 1 here in their 3rd and final Pro-Mod Heat, presented by LED for Life. Proud presenting sponsor of the action all season in 2020 here, part of the Advanced Product Weekly Racing Series at Boothill. Cook shuts her down on the entry to 3 and 4, gets her height back up on that left rear, got that nice little 3-link set up, and digging like Darrell down the front boulevard into 1. Martin fastly approaching his rear deck lid into 1 and 2. Paul Martin out of Ruston, Louisiana, trying to hunt down his fellow Northeast Louisiana counterpart, but Cook too strong out front with the lead. Rolling into turns 3 and 4. Tigwell in the double 7. Slid in front of DuPont 2 previous laps ago and occupies the 3rd spot, but lost her right in front of the 57 of DuPont. DuPont will take advantage. He'll go to 3rd now. Austin DuPont on the throttle, up on the wick. He'll go to 3rd. And the caution flag may come out for the double 7, and it will. Back on the throttle and get this party restarted into turn number 3. His father, Freddie Cook, won a lot of races over in Northeast Louisiana at Chatham over the years. And backing away at Boothill, Austin DuPont with a good restart into 1. Austin DuPont going to sell it way up top of the 57. He lost a little bit there. And the 86 of Martin will go back by. Paul Martin out of Ruston, Louisiana, back in sight, steps to 57. The battle for 2nd is heating up. Into 3 and off of turn number 4, this time by to the checker, or to the line. Martin still relegates the advance of the 57 of DuPont, the newcomer this year. DuPont, after being a beginner cruising the factory stock ranks 2 years ago, moving up racing half of the last season of the factory stock ranks, and now in this car full-time that his dad stepped up from after reigniting his fires in dirt track racing. Now will be in a crate late in 2020. 1 coming around to the bottom of 3 and 4, but looks like he's out of harm's way, and we'll stay clean and we'll stay under the green. Tick-tock, the race clock goes. Cook separating himself and leading the way out front here at Boothill. And on the pole, it'll be the 24 of Garrett Lindsay along the outside ball. Louisiana's Rick Duke in car number 6D. Mark Townsend piloting the double deuce inside of 2. Josh Bockham in car number 25. Off of 2, headed down the back straight on the opening lap. They'll get around the racetrack pretty quick. May have a crate, but hey, they're still bad fast. Off of 4, it'll go your leader of lap number 1, the 60 of Rick Duke. Some former racers that you're familiar with here in the Arklatex. Troy Keith behind the wheel of the number 11. Boone Evans in a crate tonight in the 4 Junior. Brad Couch and the Couch Jewelers O'Reilly Auto Parts number 5C from Houghton, Louisiana. For Bossier City, the 23-year Cliff Tupper Jr. Hustling into 1. It's all Rick Duke all the time out front, minding his business all by his lonesome. But the racetrack certainly good for late model racing right now. Carving them up and putting them down. The 25 of Josh Bockham finding his Josh Buckham holding off a hungry charge here, hustling into 1 and 2. Boone Evans looking good early on in his young crate late career. Into turn number 3. The battle for second looking to heat up, but the battle from third on back to the tail is a good one as well. Tucked right around the hub for fourth on back, the 24. The initial pole sitter, Garen Lindsay, steering that car around pretty comfortably around the hub. Not enough to muster and battle with the second and third place competitors, Evans and Bockham. Halfway in, halfway to go this time by. Rick Duke getting out front all by his lonesome in this one, setting sail. Still continuing the outside line of the racetrack, off at turn number 4. Bockham on a rope, on the top shelf, and on a rail. The former limited modified ace, Josh Bockham, spent some seasons over the last couple of years in the Pro Mod division, now in this crate late division. Says, hey, if we're going to spend money to go dirt tracking, we might as well go late model racing, something he'd always dreamed of doing. The father of 2 holds on to second over the 4. Junior of Boone Evans from Bullard. Brad Couch has got a good hot rod. He just broke off the exit of 2, and he'll head down to the infield with heartbreak. Tough break for Brad Couch. White flag is out. Holla at you, boy. We'll see you later in this one. Because of the 4-time Super Late Model Champion, Rick Duke gonna score the victory at a ball Louisiana, the number 6D. Second to the line this time, looking good. It was on a rail for the duration of this one. Josh Bockham at 25 will snag second at the line for Junior of Boone Evans. So Quandor, it's Cole Burleson, former many-time winner in this division, driver the number 22. It's the Bandit. He just came up here to say hi. Thought he'd get his insight. Scored his first ever feature race win here last September. He's only 12 years old, folks. It'll be the drifter Toby Davis in 21D. I got to get a... Out front, it'll be Toby Davis with the race lead. The drifter out of Odessa, Louisiana, the 21D car. The 75 hustling his way. It's Big John Tuggle. Big John Tuggle hustles his way to second now, hunted down by the 4R of Danny Rambo. Danny Rambo trying to bring the heat on to Big John Tuggle, as right now the top 3 separated by about the same distance around the Boothill Speedway at this juncture. Down the front stretch into turn number 1 with the gator up on top of the car like it's always been. Here comes Rambo for second. Down the back straightaway off the exit of 2, it's heating up. For the race lead, here comes Big John Tuggle. Big John Tuggle trying to reel in the 12-year-old Toby Davis for the top spot this time. 2 more trips around to the 6th lap affair. Davis blocks high. And he'll roll with a lap car up in front. Where will he go? Where will he hide? He'll hide down to the low side. Tuggle takes him in to the inside lane. Tuggle will go back to the outside. The year 2000 hobby stock Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship winner Big John Tuggle. White flag will come out with Danny Rambo, the former Spooky 30 winner at Timberline Speedway, going door to door for second. Rambo wants more. He'll look to dispose of Big John. Big John says no. Big John Tuggle will tussle with him and throw it into his hip pocket for the final time, coming off a 4 to the checker flag. 12-year-old Toby Davis scores the win. 6 cars ready to go 6 laps the distance in your final heat of the night here at the legendary Boothill Speedway in its 48th season of action. Look go at it door-to-door for the race lead. DuPont will lead lap 1 of the heat number 2 for the 4-cylinders. Advanced Product Code Weekly Racing Series, heat number 2 for the 4-cylinders. Stevie McKeith are going to slide up in front and take the position away from DuPont. DuPont can only sit down and obey the orders right now. DuPont rolls back to second. The 14 at Collier with his hands full of Luke Wheat. The Arclitex Amnon Clinic number 32, Ill on his march to the front. Has picked up one, looking to put down another as he hustles his way in the 1 and 2 on the back bumper to the 14 at Collier for third. Here comes Luke Wheat for third. Down the back straightaway. Talked to his dad Alton earlier this evening. Had to fit the young man for a new racing seat. As he's grown a little bit in the offseason, his head was sticking out top of the halo. Down the front straightaway. Door-to-door for third. Wheat cannot sidestep him just yet and get the job done. Hustling his way off of turn number 2 and rolling into turn number 3, Luke Wheat with his hands full with the 14 at Collier, the 2-time champion. 4 in and 2 laps to go, the 6-lap affair. Stevie McEachern has broke. B-R-O-K-E. Stick a fork in the 0 of McEachern. Now the battle is still on for second. As DuPont's prevailed, he's got about 4 car lengths over the 14 at Collier. Collier comfortably looking to hold on a second, but the white flag comes out. Top 4 cars will go to the main dance tonight. Your second last chance qualifier for the factory stock presented by Granger Equipment. Alpha 4, we're underway. Cameron Furr out front with the lead with the 27 of Joshua Greenwald, stalking his tire tracks into 3 and 4 of the opening lap. Big sexy Glenn Lindsay, Tony Lindsay in the top 4 right now. Daughtery in 5th off of 4. Here comes Greenwald taking a stab underneath the 1 star for the race lead. Joshua Greenwald, 2 times the winner of Boothill a year ago in the 27 Performance Automotive Transmission Center, number 27. Can't get the job done just yet. First, too strong up front with the lead. Greenwald's got to run down to the inside of the 1 star. Cameron Furr for the top spot here in your B main number 2. For the race lead, the Performance Automotive Transmissions to number 27. For the race lead, off the exit of 2, down the back straightaway, he'll put a nose up ahead by half a car length. 27 working the hub and working it well. Looking to dispose of the Gladewater Texan Cameron Furr. Furr has not enough to contend with that lower line off of 4. Down the front straightaway, back into 1 to 27, looking to relegate him. He drove it off in deep. He sold a little bit cheap that time. 27 at 1 star, putting on a hell of a show in your second last chance qualifier tonight. This is what you hope and would love to see in the main event tonight. 27 washes up the bottom side of the racetrack. The 1 star still there. Knocking on the inside of him. The 27 of Greenwald, giving him hell for it. Tick-tock, the race clock goes. These guys racing hard for the race lead. Only a road difference for the main event tonight. As right now, it's all 27 all the time after 68 of James Martin just won the first last chance qualifier. Factory stock racing presented by Granger Equipment Company at its finest again at the Greenwood Oval. 34 have checked in to do battle tonight. As James Martin again won the first one going away. Right now the top 4 comfortably in hand. Josh Daughtery. Outside of him, it'll be 15W of Denny Gabar out of Frankston, Texas. Jeremy Laxton piloting the number 4. The Marshall Missile, Derek Grigsby in the 69. 20 laps of distance, the first main event of Boothill in 2019 is underway. A part of the Advanced Powder Coating Weekly Racing Series as we hustle into 1 on the start. Tidwell. Oh boy, we got problems hustling into 1. Michael King Jr. involved and collects, it looked like Evans hired this outlaw race car in the offseason and put a wrap on it, and the number 1 they're going to trade out driving it here at Boothill. Brandon Brown gets the nod tonight. We'll see what happens. We're back underway with Michael King to the outside of him, who gets his spot back in 6th. Hustling into 1 on the restart, on demand on Race On Texas. Ben Leedy looking to get the whole shot. He'll drive it out in front of the 20 at Tidwell. They give him a shot in the shorts in the turn 3 on the opening lap. Tidwell drives it down to the bottom of the racetrack. The 2 of Adam Roy in to the inside of that battle as they hustle off of 4 down the boulevard. Nose to tail as the B99 lady washed up the racetrack, and Tidwell's going to go to the race lead. Half the car length to the race lead goes the 20 of Brent Till out of Harleton, Texas. He'll jump out front in the 20, working the hub and working it well. Tidwell slides up in front off the exit of 4. He'll slide up in front of the B99 of that Western Flyer lady. He'll take sole command of the race lead. The 2019 Boothill Speedway Limited Modified Track Champion relegates the B99 of Ben Leedy, who has never won here at the Greenwood, Louisiana racetrack. And here comes the deuce. Adam Roy from Red Lick, Texas is rolling one to the outside. Here comes Adam Roy. The top three right now, under the top string of the Texas Fiddle, rolling right underneath Gray Moss Quilt. What more do you want, race fans? Right through the rumbly stumblies, as Jerry Van Sickle would say. Here comes P. Wayne. Down the back straightaway, diamonding off the exit of 2 and rolling into 3. Here comes the deuce of Adam Roy for the race lead. Door to door off of turn number 4. You got a good one brewing at Donnybrook tonight early at Boot Hill. What more do you want, race fans? If you don't like what you're seeing right now, then guess what? You don't like dirt track racing too much. Here comes Adam Roy again, taking one down on the inside for the race lead. Roy going to go back to the outside of the Boothill Speedway this time and try to find some dig. And here he comes for the race lead. Not enough yet for Adam Roy. Boy, it's fun calling these races in the crowd, but you never can't tell how wild you're getting when people watch it again on Race on Texas come Monday morning. Who gives a damn? Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. It's the year of getting back out and having some fun again. Off of 4, the 20 at Tidwell continues to hold off the charge from the deuce of Adam Roy. All the way from Red Lick, Texas, baby. Here he comes. The Harleton, Texas says no. Sit down, take a seat. As the Marshall Missile trying to work his way closer to the front. He's back there. Meyer behind the 47 of Wilhelm at about 8, but he's picked up a few early in this one. As they head down the boulevard, back again with the race lead. The battle all eyes up front. As Leedy is receiving pressure in third from the 4th place driver, the K1 of Guidry. You got a good one brewing. Into 3. Here comes Adam Roy again, taking a stab on the 20th. Tidwell makes his car wide within a triple wide trailer. Oh, baby, you got a race brewing tonight, Austin Wilkins. What more do you want? Off of 2, down the back straightaway on a good one to open up the 2020 campaign here. A part of the Advanced Protagon Weekly Racing Series. Adam Roy showing what he's got. He's got one, and it's hot. Off of 4. Irons that baby back out. After taking time out of the cockpit a year ago for back surgery, he is sitting pretty tonight. Oh, he got a little, went through the rumbly stumblies there off the exit of 2, lost power, and it will benefit him because the 7 and 8 gang is going to draw the caution. Good fortune for the deuce. Back over there to East Texas with a smile on his face tonight. We'll see what he has. From Harleton, Brent Tidwell's your leader. As Louisiana's Ben Leedy to the inside of Roy. We're back on our way. Good restart for Ben Leedy. Leedy will hustle his way down to the inside. Try to dispose of the deuce of Roy. He'll slide up over the exit, and Adam Roy had nowhere to go. Adam Roy had nowhere to go, and Roy may not like it too much. And Roy showed his displeasure. Here comes the B99 for the race lead, and the deuce of Adam Roy. Not the restart that he was looking for, but he may not be too happy with the B99 to may show his displeasure kindly here on the restart. Look out, Ben Leedy going to squeeze the deuce of Adam Roy. Down the back straight and make heavy contact. Sending sparks into the Greenwood night sky. Off of turn number 4, you got a wild one and a dandy brewing tonight at Boot Hill, and Adam Roy don't give a damn about the new wrap and the sheet metal on that race car. He says, you can't hold me back tonight, Ben Leedy. Ben Leedy. Oh boy, Speedy Leedy is trying to relegate the deuce car, but Adam Roy has plans tonight. He is trying to send her back to Red Lick. Oh my goodness, these guys are going to wreck each other. Down the boulevard, back into 1, Ben Leedy. Oh, and Derek Grigsby going to roll his way up to the side of the top 5 now. Ben Leedy is headed to the Heartbreak Hotel. Hard racing going to end tonight for the B99 of Jonesboro, Louisiana's Ben Leedy. Two to go. Backing away on the restart. Adam Roy going to fire a missile down to the inside of the 20 car of Tidwell for the race. They're 3 wide for third on the restart. The missile from Marshall. Around the hub of the racetrack, the one of Brandon Brown up top shelf in that Outlaw. And the Express built by A-Bear in the form of the K1 of Guidry. Off of 4. Working down to the few circuits that matter the most. Ticketh, talketh, the race clock goes. Off of 2. A dandy to open up the 2020 campaign here at Boot Hill. Part of the Advanced Protagon Weekly Racing Series. Tidwell still holding on to a pretty wheel. RaceOnTexas.com breakout driver of the year in the limited modified ranks in 2019. About to receive some more pressure. Here comes the Wounded Duck trucking number 2 and a bobble by the 20 and Tidwell opens. Oh, and they make contact. The 2 of Adam Roy had nowhere to go. A sitting duck as the 20's misfortune collects the 2 of Roy. Roy back up on the horse, puts a whip to it. Not before he loses 1 wholesale, maybe 2 wholesale spots. As the K1 and Guidry going to fit to the outside of him down the front straightaway along the concrete barrier. Look at this log jam from second on back. The 2 of Roy slams the door shut on the front nose of the K1 of Guidry. Grigsby flirting with disaster, up into the mix now. Oh my goodness, the two of Adam Roy has hit everything but the pace truck in this main event. And he'll end it on the front straightaway concrete barrier. Wow. Tough break for Adam Roy. No questions because nobody really ever answers, but it's okay. Thank you for the one who did. Tidwell looking to hold on. The Marshall Missile in the mix now. We're back underway. Brown, Grigsby, Guidry, Gabar. All looking to run down the 20 at Tidwell. Here comes the Marshall Missile. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. The Missile from Marshall has got a hot rod. Here he comes, a slight job for the race lead. Derek Grigsby with a bonsai move, and he'll take over the top spot. The reigning Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship winner about to receive another one. One slider deserves another one. Around goes Tidwell. He can't control it. He cannot corral it. And a hell of a drive to the front tonight for the reigning Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship winner, who finished 2 points shy of the driver he just threw a slider on. 2 laps to go for the Missile from Marshall. What a performance tonight for the driver, the one-call staffing True Love Law Firm, Marshall Auto. 5-Star Builders, one-call staffing number 69. And the mission is about to be complete. What a song that this 69 car is sang from the drop of the hat in this one tonight. Never give up could be the mantra in this one, as Grigsby has driven to the front each and every one of these late race restarts and has never given up. For a year last year and the year before that was filled with tumultuous, just nasty defeat and bad luck, tonight it will turn his tide. The Marshall Missile goes to victory lane on the Open Helping Advanced Powder Coating Weekly Race Series Week 1 of 2020. Grigsby drives a flawless race set up this 2020 campaign in a stellar drive to the front from his 13th starting position. And Derek will be pretty fired up after this one. Finished 5th in his heat race earlier. Getting ready to climb out, folks. Driver of the Marshall Auto, True Love Law Firm, JCT Auto Sales, Roscoe Glide, 5-Star Builders number 69, the Marshall Missile, Derek Grigsby. Man, that race was exciting from the drop of the green flag throughout the duration. 3 or 4 cautions, Derek. You kept moving your way forward after a 5th place performance in your heat race. Do you think you had a chance from this one tonight? I mean, 20 laps to get the job done, man, but this car was a rocket ship.
Man, if you'd asked me after the heat race, I figured we were just going to throw some stuff at it and come out here, try to make it a little better than it was. The track kind of came to the car, I think, and we got some good yellows right when we needed them. Started us on the outside where I really liked, and then we just beat and banged a little bit, but we got a very 1-1.
After Brent won the son Jagger in Victor Lane here. It's always special as his dad's got his son down here in Victor Lane. Man, it's pretty awesome to open up the year with a victory like that, but to come from 13th, I mean, in stellar fashion. You threw a slide job in 3 and 4 on Brent Tidwell, who won the track title here a year ago. You guys race hard together, good friends. You're 2 points shy of the championship. You won the Louisiana State title last year. Man, to open up the year that way, throw a slider, I mean, that has to steal a guy who's been racing since 2001. That's got to get the old blood and the adrenaline flowing.
Oh, man, every one of these, I love every one of these. None of them's better than the other, I promise you. My favorite win is my last one. That's this one tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you guys will go over there and talk about it. Man, Brent held back Adam. I mean, there was a lot of good cars here tonight. I mean, what were you thinking that last restart? I seen you pull up over there on the back straightaway. Did you think something was going wrong with the car, or what did you have looked at?
Yeah, I kind of got into somebody with the right front, and I thought I might have had a big chunk of mud because I picked up a vibration. I haven't even seen it yet, so I don't know, but it was good enough to finish.
You've been on the end of these deals where you're standing right now, but the last couple of years you've been on the other end of them where, you've been broken 1 and 2 on the last lap last year. You've been on the other end. It feels really good to be back on this end, doesn't it?
Yeah, man, it does. There's nothing you can do about that. Just come out, try to get the car as ready as you can every week, and sometimes things are going to break. But tonight they didn't.
Got a mighty fine 69 car, courtesy of Imagine a Spirit Graphics, Eric Scott. Man, let's hear about all the great sponsor support of the 69 car. I know you couldn't do it without them.
Yes, sir. 5-Star Builders, True Love Law Firms, JCT Auto Sales, Roscoe Power Glides, Wade Paint and Body, Bulletproof Tees, Marshall Lube, and then my family, who's all out here tonight. Can't thank them enough. I love them.
Oh, how old's this youngster now?
This one is 13 months.
13 months old. Congratulations to you, Jagger. Derek, big win tonight.
Thank you, Bubba. Thank you.
Give him a big round of applause, race fans. Advanced Powder Coating Weekly Racing Series. Limited Modified Week number 1 winner goes to the Marshall Missile, Derek Grigsby. Number 9X. In the 4 out of Bastrop, Louisiana, that's Devin Richards. The 68 is James Martin. We saw the rest of them in the B main, so we'll pull them tight. 20 laps the distance. Granger Equipment Company factory stock main event is underway at Boothill. Down the front boulevard, they head off into 1. We'll already get a precaution on the front straightaway. The hood, he drove a Viper chassis for Ronnie Adams for many, many years. He was driving one of Ronnie's cars that he built back in 2002, like all the way up until a few years ago. He's been really competitive in this factory stock the last few years, so it'll be Brian Cook from the pole. We're underway. Brian Cook gonna jump out with the green flag over the field of competition of this 24 car affair. Off of 2, a little bit of contact there with the 88M's left rear, and it looked like maybe the 6 of Alex Williams, and we got one around at the top of turns 1 and 2, and we will not get this one underway just yet, as we will get the caution. Louisiana, they're gonna put dirt on it. Got a lot of big things in store there, looking to be a part of that one as well. The 100 of Brian Cook, again, we'll try it one more time. 3rd time's a charm. We're back underway. Cook gonna lead this 24 car field again on the 3rd restart and sliding underneath. Look out, Joshua Martin right in front of the field. He's gonna lose the handle. Oh boy! And we will get a Talladega, a Walmart, and a Target parking lot. We'll try it one more time, Boothill Speedway race fans. The 100 plus out of Florine. Brian Cook ready to put his foot through the firewall and get this party restarted. The cake's been baked, the candles are getting ready to be relit, and we're back underway, and the party's restarted off of 4. Hustling their way off into 1. The 100 plus got a little side stepped, and here comes the 55M, who will pick his pocket down the back straightaway into number 3. Hold on to it, fellas, as Cody Myers gonna go to the race lead in 55M. Originally was scheduled to start 6th. He'll jump to the top spot, using the misfortune of the rest of his competitors to start on the outside pole after the 3rd original restart. 3 racked and stacked, and he thanks them for it. Down the back straightaway, 55M rolling to the race lead with his teammate, putting the 100 plus a Cook in the sandwich. The Twin City Towing Best Motorsports entries 1st and 3rd right now in the form of Ingalls and Myers. Down the boulevard back into number 1. Myers leads the 100 plus of Cook. The 81 of Ricky Ingalls. The 4th place driver, the 215 of TJ Evans. In 5th down the back straight is 8 of Alex Williams out of Kilgore. To the 6th place driver right now is Devin Richards out of Bastrop, Louisiana. The Dylan Scott Curb Breakers number 4 car. That outlaw chassis is cooked in the night. Richards feeling good. The Fur Boys, the Fur Brothers racing right now, tooth and nail. It is so great to see Colton Fur back in the saddle, but they got to be grinning ear to ear, racing each other hard. The 2 brothers out of Gladewater, Texas. Back here, 2012 at Boothill, some seasons ago, about 8 years ago. The young Cameron Fur, just the recent graduate of Sabine High School, over in Gladewater, was driving his brother Colton's blue number 77 to several beginner cruiser factory stock wins. Using lessons learned from their brother and Uncle Stacy off of 4. Down the straightaway they come into 1. With that Boone Racing and power built by Dad underneath the hood. As it's all Cody Myers all the time with this juncture. Brian Cook still continues to hold off the 81 of Ricky Ingalls, who sits 3rd over the 4th driver of Kilgore's TJ Evans. 5th, the battle is between the 4 of Bastrop, Louisiana's Devin Richards in the 4 and the 6 of Alex Williams. The battle continues to be for the 7th spot, and it's a good one between 77 and 1 star of the Fur Boys and the 27 out of a B main of Joshua Greenwood. Greenwood, a 2-time winner here a season ago with the Boothill Speedway, has a good race car, but he may run out of time to get to the front tonight. Garrett Grigsby just came from 13th to win the previous and the first main event of the 2020 season, a part of the Advanced Product Coating Weekly Racing Series here in Greenwood. Look out. Down the back straightaway, Cody Myers just getting through unscathed. Look out! My goodness. Oh. We'll see if Ricky Ingalls and TJ Evans and the rest of these cats can hold on to her. As Cody Myers, your race leader right now, the Bossier City Racers on the throttle. We're back underway. Back underway here at Boot Hill in the 55 in out of Bossier City. Cody Myers out front with the race lead, trying to hold back the advance of the Kilgore Texan. The former track champion at Lone Star and Rose Bowl sits 2nd right now as Cook. Not quite as impressive he was in heat race action tonight. Will roll 3rd now as Ricky Ingalls receiving company from the B main winner earlier, Cameron Fur. The Gladewater Texan bringing his brother along with him in the 77 of Colton off of 4. Down the front straightaway, back in the 1 tick-tock, the race clock goes. Just having a hard time getting going in this one. But right now, the top 3 separating themselves. You got a log jam from 4th on back to about 7th or 8th. Ricky Ingles receiving heavy pressure now from the 1-star Cameron Furr. Colton right on his back bumper in tow. Down the front straightaway they come. Devin Richards, speaking of, on the back of Tony the Tiger, Tony Lindsay. As Cameron Furr not going to show a whole lot of mercy to the driver to the 81 of Ingles. They've had a few bump and rubs over the years. As right now, Colton Furr, they're 3 wide off of turn number 4. The best battle back here between the 1-star, who's the cheese and the cracker right now, as a 77 of Colton Furr having the time of his life since returning back to racing. Brother slides up in front, disposes of the 81 of Ingles. The Furr boys take him to the woodshed, down the back straightaway, go to the 4th and 5th respectively. Colton Furr back in the saddle again and looking 2012 form. Off of 4, down the front straightaway. The Furr boys are marching their way to the front. Grigsby just proved that you can do it earlier. And Ingles has problems with the yellow flag. In respects to the Walker family for the many years they spent out there at the racetrack, as well as Ellis and Bobby Hurd and Jeff Lewis and many people for what it's worth at the old Webster Parish Oval. And we're back on the way off of 4 with Cody Myers out front with a single file restart. We're back on the way here at the Boothill Speedway. And here comes TJ Evans on the restart. TJ Evans has something. He says, hello, how you doing, Cody Myers? Myers says good. He'll sidestep him right now and throw him into his hip pocket. The 215 will look to pick his pocket next time by off of turn number 4. He's got another run. Not enough. TJ Evans won his first ever at Arklatex Speedway last September. As he rolls his way down the back straightaway in the turn number 3. It's still all Cody Myers all the time. Look out! Contact with their 3rd place car, 100 plus. A shot in the shorts. The 1-star Cameron Furr got in a little hot. Different tracks in one season of action. And he's got something to prove this year back in his own family-owned equipment to the 215. It's Myers, Evans, Furr, and Furr. We're back on the way. So after Cameron Furr just made a little bit of slight kiss of contact with the tail tank of the 100 plus a Cook, he'll hold serve from that 3rd spot right now. This young man has gotten better and better every time he sits behind the wheel the last couple of years, with wins at Rose Bowl Speedway, wins at Lone Star, for the love of Alex, winner a year ago. Here comes Cameron to the inside of TJ Evans. 2 guys that have worked closely and 2 good friends over the years. Colton Furr going to take advantage of little brother. Big brother sidesteps in and picks his pocket to the outside. The 7 of Colton Furr. Sure am proud of both of these youngsters. Down the front straightaway, Colton Furr and the Camco number 77 rolls his way to 3rd. Colton Furr, who had 4 second place finishes in a row here. And this is back in 2011, folks. Been a little while, but this driver hasn't raced a whole lot since then. And a driver I've watched grow by leaps and bounds on and off the racetrack. I can say it. I'm super proud of him and what he's been able to do on track here tonight. As he sends his way down the back straightaway. What these 2 Furr boys have often dreamed of doing as young racers here in the Arklatex, to be able to compete door to door and dispose of the competition. And 27 of Greenwood is going to bring out a caution with 2 to go. Greenwood is going to bring out the caution with 2 laps to go. And it will come out off of turn number 4, or will it not? No, we'll stay green. We'll stay green right now as Myers going to get ready. Oh, well, no, we'll get caution. Hard time pronouncing, I try to be well versed in that stuff, but Darren Fuquay was one of them. But when you see some of these guys come down here and announce some of our hometowns, boy, that's a fun one. Bossier City, baby. We're back on the way with Bossier City's Cody Myers out front with the lead. Myers looking to hold on here the final few circuits that matter the most on a dirt track Saturday night. A part of the Advanced Product Hunting Weekly Racing Series presented by Granger Equipment for the factory stock rinks in 2020. The white flag comes out for Myers. Oh my word. You act pretty different and crazy whenever it's your family out there racing. But the Cody Myers fan club has got to be sweating some bullets. Oh boy, and he'll get double checkers, folks. Put a wrap on it, put a bow tie on it. This one's done. Send it to the history books. We'll see you at Christmas. TJ Evans says, man, I thought I had a shot at him. Cameron Firth thinks the same. Sometimes I guess you just got to know when you got to call it a WRAP. That's a wrap, folks. He earned this one tonight, folks. He led every single lap from the drop of the green flag once we had those few original restarts out of the way. And a caution and attrition field factory main event tonight presented by Granger Equipment Company, a part of the Advanced Powder Coating Weekly Racing Series. Week number 1 at Boothill Speedway into the history books here for the 48th season of racing. As on demand on raceontexas.com, the driver of the Kiss Country 93.7 FM, John Harvey Toyota, Lexus, and Shreveport, Bossier City, Twin City Towing, J&J Motorsports, Harvey Subaru, JRP Racing Products, Jeff Lewis, Highway 98.9, PTS Power Underneath the Hood for Cody Myers out of Bossier City, Louisiana. Man, I was going to ask his girlfriend up there, he cut his hair yet, and he hasn't. Too cool. Come over here, long-haired fella. Hey, well, I'll tell you what, you were the beneficiary from those few wild restarts, the original restarts. You're originally going to start 6th in this race. You end up getting the outside front row, but hey, one thing in this sport, you got to know to keep your nose clean. That you did tonight, my friend, and you led all of them from the drop of the green flag from there.
Man, we got blessed at the beginning of that race. You know, we'll take it. Man, it's awesome.
You had a few fans up there that picked you to win this race before, though, when you started 6th, though. I know you had to feel pretty confident no matter where you started tonight.
Yeah, don't ever count us out. We're going to be strong this year, you know, and I appreciate my fans always picking me to win. Thank you.
How much have you been chomping at the bit to get out here and race?
Man, not a lot, but, you know, it's ready now. I'm ready to get rolling.
What a blessing it is to drive this race car for Joe Best.
Man, it's an honor.
It is, and it's a sweet-looking car, too. You and Ricky look like y'all had a two-way tango, tag team there for a while, running the top 3 at 2 good race cars tonight.
Yeah, I know. That's awesome. Had the same cars this year, and I don't know. We'll see what this season has for us.
I want to give you an opportunity to thank all your, sponsor supporters, the folks that make this happen, and anybody, like your dad, Bob, over there, anybody particular you want to thank that helps you get out here.
Of course, my dad for everything he does. Joe Best with my car owner, Laser Race Cars, J&J Motorsports, JRP, PTS Race Engines, Harvey Subaru, John Harvey Toyota, Lexus, Classic Rock, Highway 98.9, 93.7 Kiss Country, and 1130 The Tiger.
Dude, you're sponsored by Lexus. That sounds pretty cool.
It's awesome.
Hey, how about this long hair don't care? How long are we going to grow it? How long are we going to grow it?
I don't know, almost 3 years, so we're going to keep going.
Hey, I grew mine about 2.5, and it was about that time. But hey, it looks good on you, man. Great job tonight. Great win.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Cody Myers out of Bossier City, Louisiana scores the factory stock win tonight. A part of the Granger Equipment Company factory stock main event. Doug Vick Jr. in the number 4V, the 2017 and 18 track champion here at the Boothill Speedway, ready to take the green flag. And the LED for Life Pro Mod. Main event is back underway off of turn number 4 with the 96 on a Nightmare, Michael Knighton, and the flying 0 of Justin Cook with Gene Boderento. And the 86 of Paul Martin and the 16 of Beasley right now contending in the top 5. Come on, guys. Doug Vick Jr. getting ready to take the green flag with the 96 of Michael Knighton in tow. We're back underway on a single file restart here at the hill. Final, maybe a green-white check and restart as Doug Vick Jr. going to lead them down into one on a single file. The 96 of Michael Knighton has held back the advance of the Flying Zero of Northeast Louisiana racer Justin Cook for the entirety of this one. We have been green. Gene Boarder relegated to fourth, the reigning Louisiana State dirt track champ. It'll be just now going to happen. Halfway in, halfway to go, shown by flagman Keith Parker. As all Doug Vick Jr. all the time. All right. With 2 laps to go, Michael Knighton maybe has something for the 4V of Doug Vick Jr. Vick staying stuck right around the middle lane of the racetrack. Gets a good drive off the exit of turn number 2 with a 96 of Knighton. Still contending and giving him a hell for the race lead. Knighton able to drive it off deeper off into the corner of 3 and 4. That time not quite as deep. The white flag is out for the 4V of Doug Vick Jr. this time. Vick is able to keep his nose clean and has driven every circuit that he has been, that he's known to drive it. And for the final time in the 3 and 4, he can only do what he could do and keep his nose clean and hold back the 96 of Knighton. Coming to the double checkers, Doug Vick Jr. wins night number 1 of the 2020 Advanced Powder Coating Weekly Racing Series. The driver who's been to ABC Auto Parts victory lane many times before is able to hold on and score this victory tonight. And kept his nose clean for the entirety of that one. And he could only do what he could do and control what he could control, and he kept his car clean and out of trouble tonight. Getting ready to climb out the 2017 to 2018 Boothill Pro Mod Track Champion Doug Vick Jr. in car number 4V in ABC Auto Parts victory lane. Doug, you know, we've met in ABC Auto Parts victory lane a time or two, my friend. Tonight, I think we've met here after one of these kind of races. That one just couldn't never seem to get going. That kind of takes the fun out of it for you, doesn't it?
It does. Every time it seemed like I had it figured out, another caution.
I'm sure, I mean, you'll take the win and throw this one into the history books, into the win column, but, you know, you like to race these things too.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to make all the laps if we could.
I mean, is it just a product of a lot of power on these slick tires and just some new drivers? Or, I mean, I don't know. We won't make it too much about that, but is that a little bit of it?
They're really hard to drive.
They are hard to drive, which makes it fun for a guy like you.
I love them, but they are hard to drive.
Well, like Cody Myers did in that factory stock race, he had to keep his nose clean. He was originally supposed to start 6th and ended up being on the outside pole. You kept your nose clean, knighting through the 96 car to the inside of you a few times. I know you had some pressure, but, man, this car was just real good right through the center.
Hey, I was just trying to roll through the turns. I kept seeing somebody there. I didn't know who it was, but I just held on as long as I could.
Anybody you want to thank for getting you out here to this, you know, week in and week out?
I got to thank Big Show. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here. He's had this whole car apart the last couple of days and put it back together. And I got to thank my dad, Ronnie, and my brother Wayne, and Stormy.
One constant consistently, you think Big Show. I know he's a big asset in this deal, so props to him. Congratulations to you guys and the rest of your team.
Thank you.
Doug Vick Jr. scores a victory tonight, the Vivian, Louisiana racer and 2-time champion here at Boot Hill, one of the winningest Pro Mod drivers all time since this class began in 2010. On the pole of this one with Josh Bockham on the outside of the Easy One powered number 25 out of Benton, Louisiana. The 25 is Garen Lindsay, or 24 rather, is Garen Lindsay. Troy Keith at car number 11. The lights are out. We're underway in this one. Cliff Tupper Jr. the 23 junior. Brad Couch and the Couch Jewelers O'Reilly Auto Parts number 5C. The first crate late model race of the 2020 season here is underway and off of 4. It will be the 60 of Rick Duke leading the first circuit. So the former PNWSL Southern Non-Professional Racing Series Late Model Rookie of the Year back in 2014 at a Ball, Louisiana, Rick Dukes out front with the lead. Minding his own business in this one. He's throwing the keys on the counter. He's checking out. The battle for second's a good one. They're racing door to door. The Benton, Louisiana racer and the Bossier City racer, Josh Bockham out of Benton. And Bossier City's Brad Couch Brad Couch and the O'Reilly Auto Parts Couch Jewelers sponsor Black Diamond Race Car number 5. Couch up the third of the 5C, working down to the inside of the 25 with Josh Bauckham for second. Beckham says no. Bauckham says no, and he'll have to sit down and take a seat this time. Tick-tock, the race clock goes. Just a few more ticks around the Boothill Speedway in this one. And your fourth main event of the night, a part of the Advanced Powder Coating Weekly Racing Series for the Crate Racing USA Crate Late Models and the 2020 debut here. As Garen Lindsay having a strong performance tonight in the number 24, sitting in the 4th spot, inside of the top 5, sitting 5th, the 11 of Troy Keith. Troy Keith back in the saddle again, having some fun on the dirt track on a Saturday night. Been a few years since Troy's raced with his own equipment, or own car, if you will, after spending quite a few years in the open wheel modified ranks. Back behind that battle, Mark Townsend of the Double Deuce, and of course the 23 junior multi-time winner over the last couple of years, Cliff Tupper Jr. And it's all Rick Duke all the time. Rick Duke has set up shop from the drop of the green flag in his heat race earlier, and he has set sail, and he only has 5 more trips to go around the quarter-mile speed plant here in Greenwood to get the job done tonight and to go to ABC Auto Parts Victory Lane. The white flag out being displayed for Ball, Louisiana's Rick Duke. The former open wheel modified Jambalaya 100 winner all the way back in the 2004 season will head his way down the back straightaway in the 3 and 4. There's been absolutely zero doubt on the table tonight. Rick Duke will take the competition to victory lane. Well, many a years turned the wrenches on the 4-time Super Late Model champ Rob Litton, his cousin's hot rod. But pretty good shoe, former Jambalaya 100 winner back in 04, Rick. But still gets the job done. Rick Duke, your Crate Late Model winner tonight here at Boot Hill. Rick, from the drop of the green tonight, it may have only been 10 cars. I'm not sure it would have been any difference, man. This car was absolutely on a rail from the drop of the green, from the drop of the first green flag of the night heat race action. It was on a rail in the feature.
Yes, sir. This is the first night out with the crate. We didn't really know what to expect, and we had a blast.
How many nights on this Rocket XR1?
It's about 2.5 years old.
Pretty good car.
Yes, sir.
And Mark Richards, Steve Baker built a really good car, but man, you were the man with the steering wheel in your hand tonight. I'm sure this car hadn't felt this good. I'm sure, I'm not sure how long you've had this car yourself, depending on how old it was, but for you and yourself, man, it looked like this car was real good.
Yes, sir. It was fun to drive tonight with this crate motor. I think it's going to be a good class.
Let's say, how optimistic are you, and what are you looking forward to most about this crate deal?
I think it's just a little more economical for us to race weekly in our area.
Plan on traveling up here racing as often as you can. I know Thunder Valley will be racing the deal as well.
Yeah, we're going to run both all we can.
Look forward to seeing anybody in particular you want to thank that helps you get out here.
Rob Litton with Rocket by Litton, Wall to Wall Racing Engines, Plexus by Jody Duke, and TWM Racing Products.
Safe trip back to Ball, Louisiana tonight.
Thank you.
Ball, Louisiana racer Rick Duke scores the win tonight in the number 60 Rocket XR1. Give him a hand, Boothill. Everyone left in the house. Danny Rambo out of Texarkana. Luke Wheat, driving car number 32 of the Architects Animal Clinic entry. And Chris Kirsten, the lights are going to go out this time. Morgan Powell's in 21M. We're underway off of 4. Oh, baby, they're going to go 4 wide for second on the start. Try to. Luke Wheat thought better of it. They head off a 2 down the back straightaway on the opening lap. Toby Davis had not get up on the horse and put the whip to it when he needed to. He'll send it to the outside cushion of the Boothill Speedway and try to find some stick and find some dig going up before he gets the door slammed shut and he'll roll back to third. Your initial pole sitter, Toby Davis, did not get up on the whip. Oh, and then nearly lose the handle. He corralled it. Nearly lost the handle in the center of 3 and 4. He corralled the 21D car as they continue to go 3 wide down the back straightaway for 5th. I told you. Don't underestimate this class. They're wild as S-H-I-T, I'm telling you. Right now it's Luke DuPont out front with the race lead. Send him on down the back straightaway. Red Rover, send Big John Tuggle on over. He'll try to go for the race lead to the inside of the 05 of Luke DuPont. DuPont says no. Sit down and take a seat, old man. Hustling back off in the 1-05 of Luke DuPont, driving a nice race tonight from heat race here to the few laps into this feature. Driving the best race of his young career. Here comes Danny Rambo to the inside of the 75 of Tuggle for second. It's heating up. The 4 Rambo to the inside. The top 3 cars right now underneath Grandma's quilt. Oh, baby. As Luke Wheat has now surrendered, the 21D of Davis has surrendered the 4 spot to the 32L of Wheat. And there's 3 cars right now taking a stab for the lead. Yep, I told you, folks, it's the best race of the night so far. From the job of the green, they might go caution free. Who would have thunk it? Wanting to move them up in the program next week. Off of 4 this time. They're door for the race lead. It's going to be Danny Rambo this time by the line. Nope. 05 of DuPont leads it by half a cat's whisker. Best race of the night. And it's going to be Danny Rambo holding back the 05 of Luke DuPont. The 4-cylinder giving the Boothill Speedway Race Service all it's worth. Hill being waged for the race lead. Oh, and DuPont got it hot and heavy. He'll nearly loop the car. Good thing it's a front-wheel drive because he was able to corral it. Lost wholesale positions and wholesale track position to the 4R of Danny Rambo, your race leader. It'll be 3 to go this time by underneath the flag stand shown by veteran flagman Keith Parker. Rambo getting away now. Big John Tuggle holds in the second, and DuPont. That's uncalled for. Oh boy. Luke DuPont ruffling feathers with the 75 of Big John Tuggle. Big John says, hey, we played that game before. Rambo losing power. Big John Tuggle going to take the race lead. Big John Tuggle takes the race lead. They're racing through lap traffic. They're door for the race lead. Off of 2 down the back straightaway. Next time by, it'll be 2 laps to go, and you got a Donnybrook brewing. I told you, folks, the best race of the night was going to be the 4-cylinders, just because everybody got up and left. 2 to go. Big John Tuggle says, how bad do you want it, Danny Rambo? Rambo wants it pretty bad. Put a car link between himself and the 75 of Tuggle now down the back straightaway. 1.5 laps to go as they meet the midpoint. Into 3 and 4 to the white flag for the final trip around the quarter-mile Greenwood Oval this time. In a flawless and fun 4-cylinder race. Rambo able to get away this time. They'll roll off into 1 and 2 as Rambo leads them on the bottom side off the exit of 2 as he meets the midpoint of the back straightaway into 3. Final trip into 3 and 4. Big John Tuggle going to drive it in deep and sell it cheap, but it won't be enough. Danny Rambo going to win your 4-cylinder main event as they go caution free tonight. Show them how it's done, 4 cylinders. Show them how it's done. Flag out, but Rambo just had enough tonight. And the TK Outlaw is going to be in Victor Lane for the first race of the 2020 season here, part of the Advanced Powder Coating Weekly Racing Series at Boot Hill. Hey, for all you diehard fans that are still here, know there's a few cautions tonight. We hope y'all come back next week for the Ronnie Adams Memorial. It's going to be fantastic Friday and Saturday night. full show for both super late model. 3,000 win Friday, 7,000 win on Saturday, so 10,000 possible. But everyone left in the house, give a hand to Danny Rambo, your feature winner tonight at Boothill for opening up 2020. Hey, that was an exciting race. You've won some pretty exciting ones over at Timberline or 67. You've won one here before, correct? This is the first one here. I'll tell you what, some of your TK Outlaw teammates have won a few here, but and Morgan Powell joined Victor Lane's support here. Man, what a run night. Big John Tuggle gave you all your work there in the thing of the other car. Man, you guys put on a show though, man. You were for the lead throughout the duration. You ran it caution free.
Last part of it, I thought it was over. I started slowing down. I see him come back around. I got back into it.
I was going to say, the car jumped out of gear or something weird over there on the entry to one?
I missed third gear.
Okay. Yeah, well, I didn't know you guys shifted up further than second.
Always third and second.
Yeah, well, man, that had to have been one of the more thrilling races you've raced since you've been, competing in this class. Had to have been a lot of fun.
Oh, it was great, man. It's fun. Hopefully by this time next year, I'll be in factory stock.
Is it pretty cool winning at this racetrack? Add this one to the win column?
Oh, yeah. This is definitely one I want to win at, and I got it.
Who's anybody in particular you want to thank for helping you get out here week in and week out?
I guess my teammates, my friend, the good Lord, for always giving me reason to come out.
Always a class act. Good to catch up with you, Danny. Congratulations on a big win tonight.
All right. Thank you.
Former Spooky 30 winner at Timberline Speedway, Danny Rambo in the 4-hour scores, the 4-cylinder victory tonight. Caution free, baby.